My opinion is actually.
Look what I got.
What's that?
The ruler. You know what that
Chull Skinator says, can you discuss... Oh, Jeff Daby's massively huge arm. I just want to mention really quickly. I know you guys don't know about him. There's this weird arm wrestler. Not weird. A cool guy arm wrestler who has an arm that's this big on the other side. Like, one of his arms is... I'm going to put a picture here.
Like
one of
Greg
his arms is... Huh?
Like Greg Valentino?
No, his hand is freaking this big. One arm, the hand is this big, the wrist is this big, the whole arm is just like that. But his leg is also like that. I've actually met Jeff Davies before, a few years ago, and his arm it's like a mutant arm. I asked him about how he developed it.
Arm? You mean his bicep and tricep too? Like his whole arm, or just his hand and forearm?
No, his it goes like from here and just keeps getting thicker until his hand. And then his leg does the same thing on the leg. But so his leg, unfortunately, so he limps also because one leg's really heavy. But he's very good at arm wrestling. He's really strong because this arm is just so thick.
Why the leg though? I get the arm because the arm wrestling.
It's one side. It's one side of his body. It's a weird mutation. It's such
okay. Yes,
but yeah, he is strong for the guy that asked. It's interesting that you know him. He is strong. Okay, so Rowan Tyler Davis asked, what are the best non-steroidal PEDs to use for weightlifting? What do you guys think?
Creatine.
No. He's talking about any PED. It could be growth hormone, insulin. It could be anything. Erythropoietin. Just not steroids.
Boston, you could go because I mean you were on to something.
I know, Mike. You're gonna say insulin.
As ironic as it is, I was. I mean, but I feel more of a long-term use because you'll gain more muscle tissue. It's not something you would take right away, like let's say a caffeine and feel it. And I know some guys like to do anagerols, but that's obviously a PED. For me, I would say long-term, the best thing to do is a low dose, responsible amount of insulin. 100% would be most beneficial.
Are you naturally skinny?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. I thought so.
I'm going to go with IGF-1.
Oh, are you talking about like Increlex or the IGF-1 LR3?
Just pure IGF-1. There's a source on my forum for pure IGF. You know the guy that sells the Q-Tropin.
Oh, fantastic. I need to experiment with. Anyway, I'll tell you guys. So basically now I'm experimenting with some things I've never used before, so I can make some videos on them. So I was telling Boss, so I'm going to try that also. I want to try the real IGF.
It's called Insabolic, but it's pre-mixed. But
so
you that into your muscle, like you shoot it into the muscle, you just train at post-training? That one, yes. You shoot bilaterally in the muscle, train 30 minutes prior, and the pumps are just retarded. So you do it before you train, pre-workout? That one you do before, yes.
Okay,
yeah, the pumps are crazy on that stuff, dude. Like next level, like way better than insulin pumps.
Okay, but how often can you use it in a row before you start to...
I would say 4 days a week. I would say 3 to 4 times a week max. It kind of is the same thing as insulin. If you do it every day at the same dose, you just use effects.
That's what I noticed too when I used LR3 before. My opinion is actually...
Look what I got.
What's that?
The ruler. You know what that
I didn't imagine it. Keep asking. What I was going to say is amphetamines, to be honest. Like, because I'm not talking about bodybuilding. I'm talking about sports. He's saying sports in general, performance enhancing. I think in general, many people don't know this. In baseball, they used to use what are called greenies, amphetamines, before steroids. Amphetamines were very prevalent. Amphetamines make people stronger in the gym. Just like, think of clenbuterol, but more intense.
Amplified, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's not healthy, but it's very performance enhancing.
So you take it before you're up to bat and you go out there and
you'll be faster, your coordination will be better, your nerves. Think about this. When you use Clen, don't you get stronger? A little?
Well, I mean, due to the ability to breathe in more oxygen, yes.
No, it's also because of actually, if you just increase adrenaline in the body, gene transcription changes and you get stronger just from adrenaline. So clenbuterol agonizes the adrenaline receptor. Amphetamines upregulate the whole sympathetic nervous drive. So getting that amped thing, if you just get amped,
are you talking like this is dose dependent, I'm assuming?
Yeah, you'd probably need like 50 milligrams of Adderall to do this or something like that. You need a lot.
Right.
And I would not suggesting anyone do this, for God's sake. Please don't do this. I would never do this myself. I'm just saying, like, technically, if you're going to war, you'd want an amphetamine with you. You know, if you're going to war, amphetamine and steroids.
You know, the Germans, like when methamphetamine first came around, the Hitler made like the SS battalions who were going out and doing like when they were taking over like Poland on foot, they would fucking walk and they would be hopped up on methamphetamines. And at the time it was legal.
Yeah.
right? And giving it to, kids and whatever, for whatever reasons. I don't know what you needed to be, eligible to have, but they used to do that. Yeah.
Not just that, what they don't tell us is that the Americans were also on amphetamines. The American pilots, the British pilots, and the whole German army was on amphetamines.
It's
in
funny
fact,
Americans, everyone's just blaming the fucking.
They don't tell you about that. The whole World War II was on amphetamines. Both sides, everybody was on amphetamines.
I believe it.
And the amphetamine use was so bad in the German military that there was a time when they were trying to occupy Russia where the people were so hopped up on amphetamines, they thought the Russians were close to them. There was this one battle where it wasn't a real battle. The Germans thought the Russians were there. They started shooting in the dark. They wasted all their ammunition. There were no Russians there. The Russians captured them the next day. They ran out because they were hallucinating on amphetamines. They were awake for so many days. Yeah, there's a lot of funny stories like that from World War II.